has been brought to the emergency yesterday, and according to the doctor's assessment, he had been already dead 45 minutes before he arrived on the care of the doctors. Today at 3:17, the doctors pronounced that and confirmed that Abdourahman Abdi.
So good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. 1 year ago, Abdourahman Abdi died just a few steps away from us. The aftershocks of his death were felt right across the country, across the city, across this community of Hintonburg especially. But the grief and the shock that we felt in the wider community can only be a bit of reflection of the grief and the shock that was felt by the family and that was felt by his brothers and sisters in the Somali and Muslim communities. Today we are all still standing here, family, neighbors, the wider community, brothers and sisters in faith, those who live in racialized and marginalized communities. We're here to remember, we're here to grieve, we're here to cry, we're here to heal, and above all, we're here to support Abdourahman Abdi's family and to make commitments to each other to build a better city. Many of us who are here today did not know Mr. Abdi. It is only through his death that many of us have begun to develop that relationship with the residents of 55 Hilda. And for that, I am very grateful. It's no surprise that so many of us were affected. It was a beautiful July morning in Hintonburg, and so many of us saw some of that incident. We are here today to provide our support for Abdourahman's family. We're here to support each other in the face of very difficult questions for which there are no easy answers. We are here to affirm that we can repair our community, that we can repair the fabric of the community that was rent. Before I turn it over to Nemo, I would just like to read a passage that I think is important from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Writing in 1956, Dr. King talked a lot about his vision for a just society, an equitable society that he called the beloved community. Here's what he wrote about the beloved community. But in the end, it is reconciliation. The end is redemption. The end is the creation of the beloved community. It is this type of spirit and this type of love that can turn opposers into friends. It is this type of understanding, goodwill that will transform the deep gloom of the old age into the jubilant exuberation of the new age. It is this love which will bring about miracles in the hearts of men. I don't think Dr. King's promise was an extravagant one. I'm glad to be here. Let us begin today, all of us, to begin building those miracles in our hearts. Nemo?
Thank you, Jeff. I would like to offer my opening remarks in Somali language for the respect of Abdourahman's parents and other elders who are here. Those of you who don't understand the Somali language, you can take this time to reflect and send a prayer for Abdourahman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. كل النفس دائقة الموت ونوجنها قفوا لبينه لمنايو ما أنت إسقما أين الإيمان إنه قد بدقنه أما أين حسنه Abdourahman waayo dad muslimaynu nahay laakiin waxaynu isugu nimid waxa taabtay qof kasta oo cadaan iyo madow leh oo maanta halka ay isugu soo baxeen in aynu xuquuqdaas loo dagaalamayo inaguna aynu dhinac ka istaagno waxaan kaloo maanta isugu soo baxnay in aynu garab istaagno Abdourahman iyo ehelkiisa iyo aabihii iyo hooyadii maxkamadda la leeyahay imika 2019 ayaa la sugayaa marka inaynu u duceyno faataxada aad u martaan magaciisa inta ugu dambaysa Rahmaan bay ahay waa adoonkii Rahmaanka maantana waa aragna roobka inoo da'ay marka Ilaahay dhamaanteen samri iimaan haynaga siiyo qalbiyadana ha u qaboojiyo waalidka waayo qofna ma malayn karo ilmo yar markuu adigu ka dhinto ilmuhu isaga waalidkii aasa way adag tahay waalidku inuu ilmihiisa aaso marka iyagana Ilaahay samri iimaan ha ka siiyo innagana Ilaahay ha naga dhigo kuwii khaatimadooda Ilaahay khayr uga dhigo oo ku cibra qaata waa mahadsantihiin please send your prayers.
Thank you, Nemo. The one quick announcement before we get underway with our program. For those who may feel that they want to seek help this evening, the Somerset West Community Health Centre has made accessible this evening grief counsellors and mental health supports for anyone who may need the support. And those can be found at the Justice for Abdourahman tent, which is located to my right. I'd like to call our friend Barbara Dumont-Hill, a First Nation Algonquin. Barbara Dumont-Hill was born on the Kitigan-Zibi Anishinabeg Reserve. Barbara is a drum keeper, a community volunteer, and a spiritual advisor. Barbara has graciously agreed to open the evening for us with an acknowledgement of this land.
Hello everyone. Mino Pamadzuan. I hope you're all living your life in the good way. Niapin Nindam Anishinaabe Kwe, Barbara Dumont-Hill Nadishnakazo, Mikanakni Dodam, Kirikam Zibinadunjabai. I am a very proud Anishinaabe woman. My name is Barbara Dumont-Hill. I am Turtle Clan and I was born on the Kitigan-Zibi Indian Reserve. Today I welcome you all on our beautiful, unceded, unsurrendered territory. You know, it's, this rain, I hear people saying, oh, there's horrible rain and it's cold. But you know, this rain is healing. It's the tears for Abdi. It's the hurt we've all experienced, we've all felt over the last year, and we are still feeling. I know I've lost a brother, and I know that grief doesn't go away easily. And I'm really glad for everybody, so many people gathered here to remember and to let him know that he's not forgotten here, and to let his family know that we are here, we're supporting, and we are going to change this city. We are going to create a better place in this coming future so that this type of thing does not happen again. It's time to create a better respect, a better circle, a better way of living. When I said that, Mino Pamadzuan, that living your life in the good way, when we care about this rain, the trees, the sky, and about human beings, because when we don't care about those things, we stop caring about human beings. And it's really important for us all to know that human beings are important, and we will never forget, and we are not going to stand by anymore and allow such things to happen to anyone. I would like to say a little prayer as part of the opening, and I'm very grateful to the Creator for giving us this day, for giving us this cleansing rain to heal our hearts, to fill our spirits with goodness. Let that sadness out so that we can move forward and be better. I'm grateful for our grandfather, the sun, who shares his light with us each day, and for our grandmother, the moon, who lights up our night sky and breaks down our seasons for us. I'm grateful for our sacred Mother Earth, who provides everything we need to live our life in the good way. I'm grateful for the air, the breath of Mino Manido. I'm grateful for the water, the blood of our Mother Earth that quenches our thirst and brings life into the world. I'm grateful for the winged, the four-legged, the swimmers, and the crawlers. I'm grateful for all the trees and the plants and the medicines that grow here on Great Turtle Island that add beauty to our life each day and have always shared their bounty with us. I'm grateful for all our ancestors who created a good path for us to follow, and those 7 generations of ancestors that we have responsibility to leave a good path for. I'm grateful for all the people who do live their life in a good way, who care about every human being, no matter their color, no matter their religion, no matter whatever they live. They are human beings. And I ask the Creator to touch each one of us here today, to bless us, to give us good hearts, to give us the wisdom and good health for our children, for ourselves, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, that we all understand we all belong to one Creator, and we all have responsibility to respect all of her creation. For Abdi today, for his family, for all those who love him, I'm very grateful. Chimiigwech to each one of you.
Thank you, Barbara. In the spirit of reconciliation, we as a Justice for Abdourahman want to make it known that we are very proud Canadians. And to us, that means knowing that we will never be fully at peace without the proper reconciliation with original inhabitant of this land. Land acknowledgement at events is one thing, but actions need to take us farther. So please know that our solidarity with our Indigenous brothers and sisters. This said, we would like to thank you all for joining us today, this afternoon, for this raining blessing from God. We're honored to delighted to really have you. I would like to call Farhiya Ahmed of Justice Abdourahman Coalition to come and provide us few summary of the coalition in their objectives, accomplishments of the last year, but also Farhiya is the glue that keeps us together. Proud to introduce her.
Hello, assalamu alaikum everybody. Thank you all for joining us. As you can see, we have an incredible lineup of dedicated supporters. My hope tonight was really to give you a sense of what happened approximately 2 days after the death of Abdourahman. On July 24th, the Justice for Abdourahman Coalition, as you know it today, did not exist. After a community gathering in a West End school, standing room only, many members of the community showed up. And in fact, I walked there myself alone that evening, but I left with an incredible community support. From that night on July 26th, some of us stayed behind, and what formed was what you see today as Justice for Abdourahman Coalition. This coalition is, grassroots, but we're supported by local and national advocacy groups, and as you can see, by so many levels of people and community. I'm going to save you guys a lot of what I want to say. I want to direct you to the Justice for Abdourahman Coalition website, which is simply justiceforabdourahman.ca. A lot of what I wanted to say there today is there. I want to leave you with one message, and the message is simply that all of us, we've all made a commitment to make sure something like this never happens again. I never want my child to grow up and hear about this kind of thing happening to anybody. And for that reason, we've been working day and night, every single day, since we formed as a group. And I want to let you know that the things that we're doing are not just about just these gatherings. Of course, these gatherings are the glue that keeps us motivated and going. But we are in the boardrooms that we need to be. We are looking that's me. It's probably my husband looking for where the gathering is. He'll figure it out. That being said, We have a team of lawyers reading documents until their eyes are bleeding. We are writing almost every other day to make sure that we can articulate what we want to change. And those changes are not going to come unless we put them down on paper and push them towards those who need to hear them. Those are the politicians, and those are, every level of politicians. So our work has been at all levels. And I'm very, very happy to say that we've had incredible support, and that support is with me today. We have here John Fraser, we have here Councillor Jeff Leeper, who all have been very integral part of this fight. At the federal level, we're making sure the black issues are very important. We've worked with MP Greg Fergus to make sure that the Parliament is going to take a look at the UN, the Declaration of Persons of African Descent. All of these pieces are a big piece of the bigger puzzle and the fights that we need to do to make change. So all that to say, please rest assured that we are doing what we can, and we're doing it with your support. So please continue to support us, and we'll make sure that we keep putting pen to paper and making sure things change. Thank you.
Thank you, Farhia. Our next speaker has been a good friend to the Abdi family, providing support in more ways than we can count. He is a member of many of Ottawa's interfaith networks. He is the Imam of Ottawa's oldest and first mosque. I welcome Imam Sami Metwali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan wallahi. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All praise and thanks are due to Allah, and peace and blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. First of all, let me make dua or pray for Abdourahman, Abdi and his family, and for everyone who's here, in fact, in our community, inshallah, all communities. اللهم ارحم أخانا عبد الرحمن يا رب يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم ارحمه برحمتك الواسعة يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم تقبله في عبادك الصالحين. اللهم تقبله في عبادك الصالحين. اللهم احشره مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين برحمتك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم صبر أهله يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم بارك فينا جميعا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم آمين. So make dua, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the soul of our brother Abdourahman and grant him paradise, Allahumma ameen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his family and grant them patience, Allahumma ameen. And may Allah bless all of you who are coming here and who are not here today, by the way, standing for justice, which is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we stand united for justice. Values such as justice are not beautiful when we only speak about them, but they are really beautiful when we practice them. And in fact, few years ago in Harvard Law School, one of the most prestigious institutions of its kind, they posted a verse from the Quran at the entrance, the main entrance, of the faculty. And here, the verse of the Quran, it says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين بالقسط شهداء لله ولو على أنفسكم أو الوالدين والأقربين إن يكن غنيا أو فقيرا فالله أولى بهما فلا تتبعوا الهوى أن تعدلوا وإن تلوا أو تعرضوا فإن الله كان عليما خبيرا. This verse of the Quran from the chapter on women in the Quran, it means, O you who believe, stand out firmly for justice as witnesses to Allah, to God, even though it be against yourself. Even it is against yourselves, or your parents, or your kin. Be rich or poor, God is more worthy of both. So follow not your personal inclination, lest you not be just. And if you distort your testimony or refuse to give it, verily God is ever well acquainted with what you know. Imagine this beautiful verse of the Quran. Some of the students at the school, they made some demonstrations trying to take it out. But the response of the university and the faculty was that they searched in all what has been written about justice, and they couldn't find better than this verse of the Quran. After 1 year, we stand today united for justice, not only for Abdourahman, but for everyone. We all stand for justice for anyone, regardless of faith or race or color or nationality. In fact, what happened was a test, not only for Abdourahman and for his family, but a test for all of us and for all us as Canadians. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring justice for Abdourahman and for any person who faced injustice, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us together to remain united for justice for all. أقول قولي هذا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Jazakallah khair, Imam. I'm supposed to introduce Parp Rafat, who's supposed to come to speak to us, representing Reverend Bailey from United Church Parkdale. Reverend Bailey has been here in our last event. Unfortunately, Barbara had car issues, a little bit of accident, but she's okay. Please send her your prayers. So we're going to move on to the next speaker.
When we were thinking of other speakers for this event, we wanted to have a strong interfaith presence. Rabbi Idan Sher is not only a friend of Imam Sami, he is an inspirational speaker and faith leader in the Jewish community. Rabbi Sher leads the congregation Makshukei Hadass. Rabbi Sher was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, but frequent trips to Ottawa to visit his large, extended family always made the nation's capital feel like home. With a community that organizes like this, it is no surprise that he has chosen Ottawa as his actual home now. Rabbi?
Good evening. So a year ago, tragic death shook our community. But in the wake of that death, we got to know the sincerity and the goodness of the strength, the inspirational strength of the Abdi family, and of course justice for Abdourahman came to the fore, fighting for racial equality, fighting to break down barriers and build bridges, and ultimately to bring a community together like we see here tonight. When I think about these walls that people put up because of prejudice, I always think about the words of an actor, Dennis Leary. He says that racism is not born, it's taught. He has a 2-year-old son at home. And what does his 2-year-old son hate? Naps. That's the end of the list. But that's really the reality. I'm a member of the clergy, and I think of myself as an educator and a preacher. I think of myself as a spiritual guide of some sort. But I think most pivotal and core to my religious calling is to be in Hebrew what we call a dogma chaya, which is a living example of the values that I so fervently believe in. And this is not just for me, this is really for everybody. But as I think about my 4-year-old son at home, he's just beginning to understand these ideas of hostility and hate and hurt. And it's my role to show him how to live his life based on my own actions. And how to transform hostility into friendships, how to transform hate into love, and how to transform hurt into healing. So as I said, a year ago, there was a lot of darkness that shook our community, but as I look around us tonight and I think about all the things that happened since that year has passed, you begin to see the light, and you begin to see a true transformation, a transformation that has transformed hostility into friendships and hate into love, and I hope and I pray has transformed all of that hurt into some sort of healing. So when different groups are targeted, on social media you'll find that we talk about how we are this targeted group. So in November our synagogue was graffitied. So a lot of people on social media said today we're Jewish. And then in Quebec City when that horrific slaughter took place, on social media you saw everybody saying everybody here standing here tonight symbolizes is that in every single day, every single one of us, all of us standing here and all of humanity are God's children. That's what we are every single day, and we have to recognize that. And I think that that is the light, a little bit of light that has come out of all of this darkness. So my words of comfort to the Abdi family, And may everything that we're doing here just continue stronger and stronger. Have a good night.
Just checking our notes. Thank you, Rabbi. I would like to introduce two men who, from the Ottawa South. John Fraser, MPP Ottawa South, doesn't need any introduction and no given introduction. But I would like to also introduce with him Abdourahman, and I want to say a few words before you come up. We have done a lot of work in the past year, Justice for Abdourahman. But none would have been possible without the support of the Somali Center. The Somali Center had been our headquarters. The Somali Center had been a place that we eat too many pizzas and hold too many meetings. But with Abdourahman, it's always open doors. He has been a leader in our community for the past 20 years, and I would like to welcome Abdourahman and John Fraser, Member of Parliament. Yeah.
What a wonderful day. 3 months and a half in October when we come together here was a rainy day. Today is another rainy day. And Nimha mentioned that the last 5 words of Abdourahman is Rahman. And that shows that how God loves him because he showers us with blessing and rain. We are witnessing justice to come. There is previous people who left us in this world, but left us to continue on their journey. And those are Martin Luther King, Mandela, Gandhi, Mother Teresa. All these people, they fought for justice. They left this world, but they left us some responsibility to continue their journey, and we will. Tragedy will never divide us, but unite us. We are here together as a Canadian to support the resilient family of Abdourahman, Abdi. We will never stop until justice has been done, and I hope those 2 years that we're waiting, we will continue our struggle. We will continue our healing. We will continue to see and witness a justice to be done. Nobody above the law. And I think the lawyer is here. Nobody above the law. Whoever did some mistake, whether you get away 1 or get away 2 or get away 3, but the last they will catch you and you will pay the price. And we hope that price will come in the near, we're expecting it soon, but if the court, we can't challenge the court, but we will wait the result. I didn't do nothing for the Justice for Abdourahman. They do a lot of things for me. Justice for Abdourahman Coalition is the leadership that I am proud of them. I work with them. They don't work with me, I work with them. They help me to be successful on this journey. And I want to thank you very much for Farhiya, Naima, Dahabo, and Yonis, all of you. We still keep in touch, we still meet for these issues, and we will keep you, and we will support you. Thank you for supporting us for the Somali community. And also I would like to thank all of you on the behalf of the Somali community. Maybe we were newest community in this city, but we have a lot of support from our Canadian community, and thank you.
Good evening, bonsoir, assalamu alaikum. A terrible tragedy has brought us all together tonight. It's brought us all together to remember, most importantly, and it's brought us all together to pursue peace and justice. I'm fortunate to represent a community where families from 125 different countries speaking 90 languages have chosen to make home. It's a very special privilege, and it's a very special place. That's what Ottawa is. But it takes work. And the glue, one of the pieces that holds that together is justice. For that to stick together, we have to have justice. And the enemy of justice is bias.
Thank you, John. Lawrence Greenspan is a local lawyer practicing both criminal and civil litigation. In the fall of 2016, he participated in the first Standing Together event and provided some much-needed answers concerning process to the community when many had questions and anxiety about what had happened. We are pleased to have him here with us this evening. Lawrence.
Bonsoir, bienvenue aux membres des familles et aux amis de la famille Abdi. Good evening and welcome to the family and friends of the Abdi family. Salam alaikum. As parents, we have many roles and responsibilities. We are providers of food and shelter. We are caregivers, we are educators, and we are counted on to guide and inspire our children. We are not, however, put on this good earth to bury our children. Abdourahman's parents continue to mourn his death, undaunted by the seemingly endless time and energy that is spent in a system called justice. It's not realistic to think that the legal processes, once concluded, will deliver closure to the family. It will not. Abdourahman will be in their hearts and ours, in their minds and ours, every day, regardless of the outcome in the courts. What the family feels through the cumbersome and complicated legal system, and what they need, is the deceptively simple questions to be answered. Those questions are how and why. Those questions may never be fully answered to anyone's satisfaction, but it is critical, and it is of critical importance, that you continue as you have so graciously to support the family as they seek those answers. It's of critical importance that the coalition continue to shine a strong and piercing light on what happened and on the process that is unfolding since this tragedy occurred. It's important for the family, their friends, and for this community, and for the parents of our country. I thank the family for their strength, their endurance, their patience, and for the honor of inviting me to speak here this evening. Merci. Thank you. Shukran.
Thank you, Lawrence. It is raining pretty hard, so this next portion of the program was intended to be at the entrance to 55 Hilda, but we'll do it here where we have a little bit of cover. We are going to invite you in a few minutes to join us in the unveiling of a plaque that has been donated by concerned citizens. This plaque is a symbolic gesture. Last summer, when the tragic events occurred, many in the community came to mourn the loss of Abdourahman at the entrance of 55 Hilda, where he lost his life. A makeshift memorial emerged with loving words that were left written in chalk on the walls and sidewalk. Flowers and candles adorned the tree in front of the building. Today we will be pleased to affix a permanent plaque at the entrance of 55 Hilda. We're going to ask young Abdi Aziz, brother of Abdourahman, to join us to do those honors. The plaque reads, "In loving memory of Abdourahman Abdi, whose life was unjustly taken on these very steps on July 24th, 2016. His death has caused an awakening a united community and a strong call for justice has emerged. In quotes, "O you who believed, persistently stand out firmly for justice as witnesses to God, even if it be against yourselves, your parents, or your relatives, be they rich or poor." From the Quran, chapter 4, verse 135.
It's amazing that this verse is actually the verse the Imam Sami that was talking about. This verse that was chosen from Surah An-Nisa was chosen because it's the history's greatest expression of justice. It also, the same verse is inscribed on the Harvard School of Law, and the entrance of it is faculty library, where it's dedicated for the phrases of justice. It also serves as a reminder for all of us in this community that we have to continue to stand together to support one another, to stand for justice no matter what the outcome, and to never let happen something like this to happen to anyone.
The plaque that we will be unveiling was made and hand-delivered by Carl Feige of Alloy Foundry Company. The installation was an in-kind contribution of Blake Leppard and David Bushi of the Centertown Citizens Ottawa Cooperation, and made possible with the support and authorization of the Unity Nonprofit Housing Ottawa, the property managers for this building, for the support, and thank them for their support on this project from the outset.
Yes, please clap them. They're amazing. So even though this is gonna bring us to the conclusion of this program, we still want you to hang around. I know there's a lot of media that has been asking to talk to the lawyer, so he's gonna be here, and there's plenty of food that we want you to eat. But before I conclude the program, I would also have to thank that special thank to Jeff Leeper. Jeff Leeper and his team has been here since the hour the incident happened. We're very lucky to have him. We also would like to thank Huntingburg Community Association for their integral role for this tonight. We also would like to thank OSISO. We appreciate opening the doors for us and especially letting us use the washrooms. We also would like to, all the delicious food that you see around. We would like to thank Executive Chef Mohammed Yusuf and his assistants. We also would like to thank the Orleans Fruits Market, who drove all the way here to donate to all this healthy food. This will take us. This will take us the end of our event where we unveil. I think Farhia told me that we have volunteers who are wearing shirts. Please feel free. We have after the unveiling, we do have an indoor room reserved at OSISO that has a lot of seating area that you can sit and grab food. You can also stay under the tent and talk to any one of us. So now we're going to proceed to do the unveiling in front of 55 Hilda Street, the door steps. The stairs where Abdourahman Abdi was brutally killed.
داوديال sida la socota xaafo aan u soconaa tii lagu dilay wiilka xidhno waxa dhammaan dadkuna waxa wada xiran doonaan garan ka tirsanaya dibta loo geystay wiilkaasi Abdourahman Abdi oo haatan u socono inaan runtii kala qayb galno ummadda faraha badan leh Soomaali iyo ajaanib fara badan oo isku cadaan iyo midowba leh oo maanta aan loo kala harin ayaan haatan tegaynaa goobtii marxuumka lagu dilay ee dib ka dhacay waxaana ku daawan doontaan second sida xusuusan anagoo dadkana weydiin doono waliba dareenkooda iyo shucuurtooda kala tagay dadka doona wada qeyrayay kana fiihin dilkii iyo dhibkii loo geystay marxuum Abdourahman Abdi waxaana haatan ururweyn doonaa inkastoo roob da'ayo balse ay dadku ayna maanta roobka u muuqan oo ay wada xamaasaysan yihiin aan tagi doonaan ururweyn doonaa goobtii lagu dilay oo sida arkaysaan baa daawanaysan dadku wada lugeynayaan iyadoo lagu micneeyay macnaha roobkan sanadkii hore la xusayna dilkiisana ay hay roob da'ay imkana uu roob da'ay marka macnaheega markuu sheekhu gaar leeyahay imaamka waxay in kuntii ay tahay naxariis eed u soo dejiyey addoonkiisaas qadarada gacadka xaqdaran dishay marka aynu wada ducayno aynan ilaahay u barino addoonkaasi inuu naxariistana ka waraabiyo ehelka iyo qaraabadan uu ka tegayna ilaahay samir iyo iimaan ka siiyo runtii maanta ummad muslimiin ayoo fara badan iyo ummad ajaaniba oo maanta waddanka ku nool umay kala anan magaalada Ottawa sidaad arkaysaan waxaan dalaayad xariistay waa daawanaysaan la tegayo goobta waxaan rajaynaynaa inaan u lugayno goobtii oo aan tagno annagoo runtii ka dubi doono insha Allah taala aad u wanaagsan dhammaantiin
عشاق المصطفى نبيكم تفضون بالغفران صلوا عليه يا عشاق المصطفى نبيكم تفضون بالغفران وكرروا بالذكر وسلموا فالذكر يسار للأدران صلى عليك الله يا خير الورى ألفي ألوف ثم مع الفاني ألفي ألوف ثم مع الفاني
وأنا بقرن في مجلس إلى الشغل الشيء وجدد الأدلة كمان نوع تسوى السوري ما تقول الأدلة استدعاء كسرنا وشوية مصممين يعني هو هذا الجواب سوسو أنظر بصور الأدلة الكام مشروع الأدلة ومجلس حتى يحيي يسوي خرافات الله لابد تجمع يدلكي كيلو بيستوى هل كان متعقد هو كي دل فقد عايز الغلطات وحنا لو بلا يسوق وحنا بلا يوم نتي إن شاء الله تعالى ونسمع داود السنة أنا داود السنة بنتي وحنا نرجعنا سنة ماضي كسورتين وبوش لو بيستعمل أنا وصلت للبدلة أنا عندي وأنا حصل شفنا محمد صوفي ويسوق من البدلة بنتي كذا قبل كيستي أنت أنا كنت بنتي بنتي عدالة دي سنوه للها عدالة دي شيء عدالة سنوه للها
maanta waxaanu sanadguuradii weeye in la xasuusto wixii ka dhacay meeshan ayaan isugu nimid muhiimaddu waxay ahayd in aan wada soo saarno aan muujino in waalidka iyo communitiga iyo communitiga weyn ee Ottawa ay arrintan ka wada kaxeen Abdourahman magaciisii iyo wixii ku dhacay aan marnaba la ilaawin insha Allah
أنا مرينا سا إن قول لك قاعد أنا ما تعمل وصلنا لون جاي تعودي السيو تيل
ولا هو تقول أن جارك لما تجتمع ويا عبدالرحمن جريت جاي إلى هاي يوم حرس أنا هاي مش وين إنه سمعك إنه حوالينا وحن امتحان بيوت هاي إنه إنه عاد وفكر نسيبها إنه يحب كل كرنو تحضرنا كوميونتي إنه وحي باهي دبع سنة نفتح حاجة كرنو عايزين أنت أم بقول لو واحد جا قبل كرنو امتحان كرنا تقول إنه سلمانتي قبل لو ده
هذه المكان هذا إن شاء الله تبجينا حريصنا بكورة ميسينا عدالة دسوق
So it's my honor to be here this evening and to have been here with so many people as we came together in peace and justice, seeking justice for Abdourahman. It's important that we come together to heal, that we come together to remember the lives of those who have gone before us, the life of Abdourahman, and hopefully through all these things we'll be able to come together as a community, as a city, to ensure that there's justice for all of us, and that we continue to strive to be a community where everybody shares in the success of the community. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure to come out, and it's great to see the community and different people from different parts of the community coming out to acknowledge what takes place and trying to heal and trying to move forward and, make our community a better place.
Safer.
Yeah, a lot safer than it needs to be then. Everybody's dealing with different things in their lives, but at the same time, as a group, it's great to come together in the community and try and heal and trying to make things better for the future, for our kids and children and future kids.
Does this inspire you to build a better community?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I got involved a little while ago with the bracelet campaign, and have met some fantastic people and hardworking folks, and they really had a lot of traction, and they seem to really be getting a lot of things done with the coalition, which is amazing. And it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you asked me?
No,
ask me
I want to thank you. I think we had the last iftar.
Yes.
And we wanted to thank you and to acknowledge that not only that you acknowledged the pain and the suffering, but you took a step to try to understand, to help us heal. So somebody else to really take that initiative, it meant a lot to the community. And last iftar, we wanted to thank you. We had a block.
I know, and
you
found out after I wasn't able to make it. I got stuck.
So on behalf of Justice for Abdourahman and on behalf of the family, this is our Somali TV. I want to thank you for what you did for the community, and we'll send you the picture. Now they wanted to view me in Somali.
Okay.
If you wanted to listen.
Really nice to see you.
la socoteen daawanaysa sanadguuradii ka soo wareegtay markii marxuum Abdourahman Abdi halkan goobtan ay joogno booliska magaalada Ottawa mudarada masjid qofka ay ku dileen waxaan taaganahay goobta ku dhintay dadaan runtii numerigiisa ama xusuusyadkii ay taalo waana goobta lagu dilay ku dhacay Naima waxay ka mid tahay runtii gabadhii ay ugu horeysay iyadoo aragtay aanan halkan ay ka soo gudbinay interviewga ama wareysi ugu horeeyay aan la yeelanay markaan uu qalab soo noqonay guriga ugu nimid runtii waa shakhsi aad ugu qaaliya community-ga Soomaaliyeed ee magaalada Ottawa oo active weeyaan community-gan iyo family-gan runtii iyo marxuumka baxayna aad dawladda ilaa imika ilaa markii uu ku jirta Naima soo TV-ga
جزاك الله خير والله هاتنتي maanta iyadoo waliba roob farabadan da'ay inaan noo timaadeen maanta runtii aad iyo aad baan idinka mahadcelinayna inaan noo timaadeen
adiga mudan Naima sanadkii hore way joognay halkan inuu joogay artaki war soo qayb galay bal ka waran runtii maanta waxa la suubi sanad baa soo wareegtay sida nagu maqaalaana laba sano ayaa runtii dib loogu dhigay xogkii u dhacay ama maxkamaddu ay dib u dhigtay bal ka waran dareenkaaga galabta iyo shucuurtaada maxaad dareemaysaa
والله horta waxna waa waxaan jeclaan lahayn waxna waa waxa dhacay waxaan jeclaan lahayn maanta inaanu hayno maxay gabagabadii maaragtay qofkii xaqdarada ku dilay Abdourahman oo dambigii lagu qaado la soo maxkamad taago oo waxaan doonaynay laakiin sida sharciga dalku uu u socdo waa inaan ixtiraamnaa oo raacnaa kulli sida annaguna lagu yeerina maxay ahayd bisha February bilowgeeda 2019 ayay maxkamadda bilaaban doontaa taas oo lagu wado inay February ay bilaabato 6 week ay socoto adigu ilaa muddo 2 bilood ama 3 bilood gudaheeda maxkamadaasi ku soo gabagaboodo marka runtii arrintaasi murugo badan bay nagu abuurtay sababtoo ah waxa weeye qofkaagii marun baad ka sabirtaa inankii waa la aasay laakiin arrintiisii meesha way taagan tahay alxamdulilah rabbil caalamiin dad muslim aanu nahay geeridu waa xaq haba ahaatee dad muslim aanu nahay anagu ma lihiin qofkii sanadkii waqtigii uu dhintay waqtigiisii baan u dabaaldegaynaa nagama aha laakiin xuquuqdii inanka iyo ninkii gacan ku dhiiglaha ee lagu soo qaaday dembiga weli maxkamadda ma keenin marka inaanu arintaas daraadeed isugu nimid maanta oo aysan ahayn sanad guurada kaliya in maanta gaal iyo muslim iyo cadaan iyo madow halka la isugu yimid oo aan reerkii garab istaagno sababtoo ah xanuunka iyaga haya mar walba uu ka weyn yahay ka inaga haya waayo mar walba waxa lagu soo celcelinaya cajiradii inankoodii oo barta afka dhulka ku hayo oo dhiig baxay oo ku dhintay marka xaq waa xaq wadan fiican baanu joognaa sharciyadiisii aan la dagaalamayno oo aan doonayno inaan xuquuqdeeda ku soo dhacsano marka insha Allah waanu rajo weynahay programkan hadda la sameeyay iyo kuwa kale ka badan oo aan sameyn doonaa waayo ma doonayno inay arrintan ina caajis geliso annaga inta reerka inankoodu xaqiisa uu maqan yahay insha Allah arrintaa waa wadi doonaa waxaan kaloo ku dadaalaynaa inay noo noqoto baraarujin aynu dhalinyaradeena ku baraarujin oo aynu sharciyadii ku baranno waxa weeye salaad waliba meesha aad joogto say tahay loo tukadaa waa inaynu dhalinyaradeena sharciga barnaa waa inaynu waalidiinteen sharciga barnaa wadanka aynu joognana sida sharcigiisa aynu wax ugu soo dhacsan lahayn waa inaynu baranaa marka arrintii imika waxay noqotay wax tii reerka ka ballaadhan walaal wuu joogay markaan la hadlayay askarta afurkoodii oo ah ay lahaayeen sidee baanu community-ga Soomaalida iyo askarta isugu soo dhaweyn karnaa marka wada hadalku wuxuu ahaa qofka aad doonayso inaad xiriirkiisa ku soo dhawaatid de horta waxaad u geysatay waa inaad qarataa oo dhibaatada aad ku haysan sidaad uga qaadan lahayd waa inaad ku fikirtaa marka arrimo badan baanu wadnaa waxaan rabnaa idinkuna inaad baraarujinta nagala qayb gashaan waanad ku mahadsantihiin TV-geenu maaragtay inaad horeyna wax noogu weydiiseen maantana aad joogtaan laakiin waa hawl u baahan dhammaanteen inaynu wadno aynu ka wada qayb qaadano insha Allah
taala aad baa kaga mahadcelinaya haddii aad fursadaad ka faa'iidaysato ummad fara badan oo Soomaaliyeed oo ku sugan guud ahaan dalka Canada gaar ahaan magaalada Ottawa ayaa runtii si qurux badan aad toos kaga daawanaysaa iyo runtii marxaladan qeyraysan ee xamaasaysan ee murugada leh ee ku sugan waliba goobtii lagu dilay oo runtii aan qeyra laga dareemayo maxaad ummadda u soo jeedinaysaa hadda ka daawanaysaa
والله والله أنتي أنا أريد بان هذا نقرأ وعي أنت أنا وأنا نفتي ذو كإرا هذا ضد مسلم هدينه هاي إنه ضد كمدوجة أو حنو كجد ونها وحول بوحين حنبي الدين تاني سو نفتر كيني آيات قرآن ما أنت نجس الرئيس قاله نفت على وين العدالة فرع حتى حقها مركز صورة عسنة سو أنت حقها هيدون بلغو أقول هنا دحسته مركز هنا إنه تعامل مركز والبكفك الرب وإن جينا إنه ما رحت حقي إني سدا أي تهاي إنه قدونا إنه ضد كان حقوله إنه سينو وبرارجين تعرورتين إنه برو marka community ahaan aynu sunniman xoog baynu kala daadsanay waxaan macna lahayn baynu isku haynaa oo community-geena ku kala daadsan reer hebel qabiile iyo magaalo hebel ka yimid maxay bari ka yimid iyo koonfur ka yimid wax halaali waxay macna leedahay male dadka ina dilaya wiilasheena daba ordaya dad madowbaynu u nahay dad muslimaynu u nahay marka inaynu maaragtay taa ka raacno oo waxyaalaha macnaha aan lahayn aynu isku mashquulinayno aynu meel iska dhigno insha Allah aynu xooggeena isu geyno wiilal badan baa laynaga dilay oo aan dambiyadoodii la xalin ilaahay wuxuu ku sahlay inankan arrintiisa cajalad baa lagu qabtay laakiin inamo badan baa xabsiyada lagu dilaa oo arrimahooda cajalad lagu qaban oo xaqoodii u baahan inamo badan oo wax bartay oo shaqooyin maxay fiican haysta oo gaari wacan wata ayaa jidka lagu joojiyay calashan waa nin madow ah marka waxa weeye waa inaynu xaqi u wada dagaalanaa arrintani marka waxayna siisay waxaynu isugu nimaadno laakiin way ballaaran tahay inaynu ka faa'iidaysano
وهاجك مسؤول أحسن إن شاء الله تعالى كوميونتي كل جسنا مو دكتور سنة وحرجيني يعني هذا هذا وصمر دون تمر كونك هدي عن وكاوي يقول قدام بيان وجعلنا من تي وقت لي أقول فضل هاي هاي نعم ما أمر أحسن مظاهرات وصوص ولا عن واحد كوميونتي كارم مقالون أوتوا أبيان كعاو هاي الأوضة عندنا كعاو يعني وكلام بدينا أو شو بتاع
والله وحى حقيقة أرنتني أرين صومالي كقوما معها أرين جستس فر عبد الرحمن كقوما معها أرين أوتوا كلية كقوما معها dad badan oo Canada geeskeeda dhinac walba degan bay saameysay inta ra'yi baa nolole imanaya leeyahay maxaan idin la qabanaa rag aan maanta Soomaaliyada shaqo ku lahayn oo madow shaqo ku lahayn oo aan islaamnimo shaqo ku lahayn ayaa bahasha sameeyay oo lacagteedii bixiyay oo waliba xilligii bilay qaadataa in lagu sameeyo muddo dhowr cisho gudaheeda ku sameeyay marka dadka danqanaya waxa la wixii ay la yimaadaan oo sameyn karo waanu sameynayna intii tabartaya marka hadday mudaharaad noqoto iyo hadday looyare iyo maaragtay arrintii xoog badsi ay noqoto iyo hadday noqoto community-ga cid walba la isu keeno waanu wadaynaa wayna dhici
doontaa sanadguuradii lagu xusayay dilkii loo geystay marxuum Abdourahman Abdi oo aanu haatan ku sugannahay goobtii lagu dilay marxuumka waxaana rajaynaynaa inaad u wada ducayn doontaan in marxuumka Ilaahay u naxariisto ehelkii iyo qaraabadu ka baxayna samriya iimaan inuu eebba ka siiyo saadiqa ayaad faatixada rajaynaa wada martaan dhammaanna intiina daawanayso waxaan rajaynaynaa inaad meel uga soo wada jeesataan runtii maadaama intii lagu gaar ahaan inta qurbaha ku sugan ee gudaha joogin inaad meel uga soo wada jeestaan Soomaalinimada iyo runtii dhaqankeena suubanba sida maanta Abdourahman lagu dadaalayo ee maanta runtii dilka ku dhacday in inaguna بريتو مستقبل كنا عم عروتنا وقف الختانة كل دعين وايو عبد الرحمن سلاي نعيمي كجدا واجس أبا أي شيء كتي وحل هي وحدين ورنتي مركين قعدت لو بيسني كاميرا دي بالمدام بالهورتين هاي ضد مخاطين هاي شغل لقد دوت فيديو أما كاميرا وحدي تصدق أي شيء ضد بدن أو مانتا أو بدن دني يردا عم بإدمتون هتشوجان عم بتورنتو هتشوجان عم ميلك لو مريك كمية هتشوجان ورنتي عن أنت للدلو حدونا عن لقد دوت تجين لآس وعدي دشنا عن إدفع ويدين عد قد قال مثلا عيد ويدين وي عدالة هذه الإنسان أي شيء وحرجينا يا إن أفرتي مدرو صوت ستان دقنك من الصومال نمدا مدون نمدا يرمتي مدام قربة جوبنو إن أد إلى شنو إن من نقولنا أو أي نقص جسمنا مدام ما أنت لأجا يوم قف مدون مركز هاي لو هو أركينا وضع كان رمتي أكنت هاي الجانب بس أنه عدالة هذين هلو أين نقول دونين وحرجينا يا إن السيدة وصوت جسمنا تان هذه إبرة نعم مكر أربعة كم هذين إذا كم بلارن في الوقت الكوميونتي الصوماليين يكونتي أي مدو دبا مقالنا أوتوا قارهن كندا إلى وجارسين تطايا على هذه
إن شاء الله والله جزاكم الله خير إلهي يديك عبال مريض
ألهمني أسباب الرشد الله